Bazura asked Ronan if he is serious. Our boy revealed to him that he has been studying curses a lot lately. While studying, he came across something. The thing is known as the Curse of the Oath. It is an enforced curse that forbids anything that opposes the oath. Until the match that begins under the ritual is over, nothing can be done. The scary thing about the curse is that whatever that is bound by the oath must be fulfilled, even if it costs a life. With a crazy look in his eyes, Ronan suggested that they settle their issue with the curse of the oath. He told Bazura that someone on his level should be able to easily use this curse. Subduing Ronan was not a difficult task for Bazura. However, he wasn't certain if he can completely secure our boy's body. He knew that someone as strong-willed as Ronan could choose his own death with his hands. Another thing that bothered Bazura was the strange energy he has been sensing from our boy's pocket. Bazura could tell that the energy has been giving Ronan some strange powers for a while. Although the energy was not a threat to him, Bazura did not like the fact that there were other variables that could affect his plans. Ronan is a one-of-a-kind talent which he spent countless years searching for. Bazura knew that our boy is a rare treasure that he might never come across again. With a smile on his face, Ronan referred to Bazura as the all-powerful book. He asked him about why he is hesitant to make a bet with a brat. He asked him if he is not confident. Bazura let go of our boy's hand. He told him that he will play along. With a serious look on his face, he told Ronan that he will be the one to set the terms of the bet. He asked our boy to remember that this is where his mercy ends. Ronan could tell that Bazura was very angry. He realized that it will not be smart for him to continue acting reckless. Fortunately, our boy managed to draw Bazura into the game. He believed that the outcome will be the same no matter what happens. When Bazura cast the spell, a huge hand holding a scale appeared in the air. He asked Ronan if he is ready. He told him that they need to perform the curse of the oath immediately. The contract stated that the parties involved in the curse vow to abstain from any action that goes against the agreement until the match is over. If Ronan loses, he will accept Bazura into his body. If Bazura loses, he will be sealed forever after releasing the hostages. Bazura told our boy that the content of the match that will determine victory or defeat is to endure a single illusionary magic that he will cast by himself. He asked Ronan if he accepts the terms. Our boy asked him to stop asking obvious questions. He told him that he accepts. He asked him to start immediately. He said that they are already wasting time. Bazura smiled when he heard this. Their bodies released some mana. His body released a red mana, while Ronan's body released a blue mana. Their mana was added to the scales. The moment this happened, Bazura said that the oath has been made. With a smile on his face, he asked Ronan to have a good dream. He told him that this will be the last memories of his life. Our boy asked him to stop playing. He asked him to get some air outside. He told him that he will regret ever meeting him once the fight is over. The moment he said this, Bazura cast the spell. In the next scene, we are taken to a different place. We see a man telling his friends that they will live a good life if they catch something. He asked them if they know how expensive fantasy creatures are. One of the man's friends asked him to stop spouting nonsense. He reminded him that he can't even catch a bear. The man told his friend that he hates talking to people like him. He told him that he has lived his life in a backwater town, so he doesn't know a thing about the world. The man's friend was annoyed to hear this. While they were arguing, we see an older Ronin wake up. He asked them to shut up. He asked them if they came there to play. One of his teammates asked him if he is finally awake. He told him that he was wondering about why he was sleeping so soundly. He referred to our boy as Captain Ronan and asked him if he had a good dream. At this point in time, Ronan was the captain of the punitive squad. He was a corporal. Our boy asked the man to stop spouting nonsense. He asked him to check the equipment. He told the man that he was just having a silly dream. The older version of Balrouse told his captain that he wants to have a talk with him. He asked Ronan about how long they need to continue working like this. He said that death comes quicker to a punitive soldier than release. He suggested that they run away during the next battle. He believed that they will get away successfully if Ronan leads them. He told our boy that he can easily get the money they need by taking on a big poaching job. With a scary look on his face, Ronan reminded Balrouse that he told him that he will cut off his limbs if he ever mentions poaching again. He asked Balrouse if he wants him to do it now. The man became nervous. He asked our boy not to worry about it. Ronan asked him to not do anything. He reminded him that the general has promised to grant them amnesty after a couple more months of service. He told Balrouse that everyone has been enduring because they believe in the general. He told the man that he wants to start a new life. He said that he doesn't want to leave as a criminal. He asked Balrouse to stop spouting nonsense and to take care of himself until they are granted amnesty. The man accepted his captain's explanation. He said that he will endure a little longer. One of Ronan's teammates placed his hand on his shoulder. He told the rest that they won't die if they have Ronan with them. He asked our boy if he is wrong. Ronan referred to him as Martin. He told him that each person is responsible for their own life. He asked him to stop trying to hide behind him. Ronan announced to his teammates that his life is the most important thing to him. He assured them that he will abandon them right away if they get caught. He asked them to take care of themselves. Although he said this, Ronan was already informed about their release. The general already told him that they will be pardoned if the mission is successful. Our boy did not want to tell his teammates because he was worried that they will slack off. Ronan realized that the mission must be quite dangerous for them to be granted amnesty for it. However, he did not have any issues with it because he wanted to quickly return to Nimberton where his sister is. He promised to survive and hold on to his life at all cost. The moment he thought of this, a ridiculously large magic circle appeared above the camp. The magic circle fired a ridiculously powerful attack at the camp. The people in the camp saw a ray of light descend from the sky. They were terrified to hear the sound of something landing on the ground. With a shaky tone in his voice, Balrouse said that something fell from the sky. One of Ronan's teammates quickly grabbed his sword. He said that this is their enemy's magic. He asked Ronan to give him an order. Our boy could not say anything. He felt something terrifying. His entire body was telling him that the thing that landed is dangerous. The being that came out of the light referred to them as people who wander under the starlight. He activated several magic circles. He said that he has come to pave the way under someone's command. The being was a giant with 4 wings and 4 horns. He asked the soldiers to embrace their fated destiny. The creepy giant introduced himself as Audi. The soldiers were horrified to see the floating giant in the sky. One of them pointed at the giant and told his captain that there is something in the sky. Hundreds of fire arrows came out of the magic circles behind Audi. The giant fired it at the soldiers. The men could only look as the attack came close to them. All they saw was a huge fire in the sky. They did not know when the attack hit them. It tore them apart. The soldiers were not able to react to it. They couldn't even block the attacks. Ronan was horrified to see his comrades getting slaughtered. He was too scared to move. He did not know the kind of being Audi was. While he was shaking, some men in white blew their horns. The punitive soldiers quickly looked up when they heard this. They saw a large amount of soldiers on a hill. They realized that the men in white were signaling them to charge. Balrouse could not believe that they wanted them to charge at Audi. He wondered if they had lost their minds. While he was talking, one of the fire arrows moved close to him. Before the attack could hit him, Ronan appeared behind him and used his sword to push the arrow away. He changed the trajectory of the attack. The men called out to him when he landed. Ronan quickly turned around. He asked them to put themselves together. He said that this isn't the time for them to be whining. He told them that it does not matter if they fight or run. He asked them to move if they don't want to die a pointless death. The moment he said this, several fire arrows got fired at them. The attack took out his squad. Our boy could only watch as the blood of his comrades splashed on his body. He did not know how to react. While he was still trying to process what he just witnessed, a large amount of arrows got fired at him. Ronan could not move. He was still in shock. Fortunately for him, Martin pushed him out of the way in time. The two of them landed on the ground. Martin asked Ronan to put himself together. He told him that they need to first get out of this place. He explained to Ronan that they can't fight this thing. He told him that they need to wait for reinforcement. Our boy couldn't hear a single thing. All he could do was look at the bodies of his teammates on magical arrows. He was in so much pain, he had to scream out. Unfortunately, Audi did not stop attacking. He fired more arrows at them. In the real world, we see Bazura standing in front of Ronan. According to him, the illusion dives into the target's deepest memories and stimulates their painful and horrifying moments. It endlessly repeats these memories and transforms them into an inescapable net by trampling on the target's mind, shattering it, and tearing it apart until you reach the point where you long for death. This horrifying scenario will seem like it is happening for eternity. It is the terrible thing that Ronan has to endure. Bazura already knows that no mortal in this world can withstand eternity. Although he didn't know the kind of scheme Ronan was planning when he suggested the bet. However, The moment our boy agreed to let him set the terms, the scheme became worthless. Bazura believed that Ronan's defeat was set in stone. He was quite curious to know the kind of horrifying memories Ronan was experiencing. The scene shifts, and we are taken back into our boy's mind. We see Ronan and Martin looking at Maria's dead body. Our boy looked quite tired. We see Ronan riding on his horse to get away from Audi. Above him, was fighting Audi. The mage lost, and his body was burnt to ashes. Another person had died in front of our boy. In the next scene, we see him standing in front of Martin. He watched his friend die. At this point, all the people important to him had died. As he looked at his friend, Ronan wondered about the amount of people that have died trying to protect him. He looked around and wondered if the fight is really over. He was in a pool of blood, a pool filled with the blood of his close comrades. Ronan wondered if there was even an ending to the hell he was in. He couldn't tell. All he wanted was to rest. In the real world, our boy fell on his knees. He asked Bazura to make it stop. He begged him to end it. He assured him that he will hand over his body and give him whatever he wants. Bazura had a big smile on his face when he heard this. He quickly came out of Ronan's body. He was excited to take over Ronan's body. He released a large amount of his dark mana. He told our boy that he finally belongs to him. His dark energy slowly covered Ronan. Guys, we have come to the end of our video. If you guys want more of this recap, let me know in the comments section. Don't forget to like and smash that subscribe button for more recaps. See you guys later.